And I want to show you the bottom of one of these. Look at that. Look at that nice color, just lightly brown. It's not burnt at all. Hello and welcome to In the Kitchen with Matt. I am your host, Matt Taylor. Today I'm going to show you how to make amazing, soft, chewy chocolate chip cookies. Yummy. I love chocolate chip cookies. They are my favorite cookie of all time to eat and to make. I have an older video, like 6 years old, about how to make this recipe, and I thought I would update it because I like it so much. Drop a comment down below and let me know what your favorite cookie is of all time. This recipe is super easy to do. If I can do it, you can do it. Before we move on, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my new videos. And let's get baking. Down below in the description box, you'll find a list of the ingredients and their amounts, as well as a link to my website where you can find the recipe as well. Begin by preheating the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 176 Celsius. I have a large bowl here, and I'm going to add in my butter. And this is 1 cup of softened room temperature butter. This is unsalted butter. You can use salted butter if you like, but if you do use salted butter, you're going to reduce the amount of salt later by half. Let's just add that in there. It's nice and soft. And if you forget to set out the butter at room temperature about an hour before you want to use it, you can just soften it in the microwave a few seconds, or you can put your oven on warm and put the butter in there for a few minutes as well, okay? So there we go. 1 cup of butter, ready to go. And now we're gonna add the sugar. I have 1/2 cup of white granulated sugar and 1 cup of packed brown sugar. Now, packed means when you're using your measuring cup, you pack the sugar down in it, and that's how you measure it. That's how you measure brown sugar. If you're using metric, then just weigh it normally, okay? And I do have the metric amounts down below in the description as well as on my website. And now let's cream these together. And to do this, I'm going to use a hand mixer, but you could use a stand mixer. You could also just use a wooden spoon if you don't have a mixer. And then once you do that, we are going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. While you can leave it out, I don't recommend leaving the vanilla extract out. It adds so much flavor, but it's not absolutely necessary. But again, I always add it because it's awesome. And then 2 large eggs. Let's mix this together. Just until combined, and I'm going to come down and scrape the sides a little bit. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just set that aside for a second. I have 2 1/2 cups of all-purpose flour. And then I'm going to add 1/2 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And then with the whisk, we'll just whisk these together. And this also helps to break up that flour. You could also put all these in a sifter and do it that way if you like. I do that quite a bit as well. And now we are going to add this flour mixture just a little bit at a time, about 1/2 cup or a cup at a time until it's all incorporated. Do a little bit more. Okay, and then at this point, I'm going to add the star of this recipe, which is the chocolate chips. Now you can use semi-sweet, dark chocolate, milk chocolate, white chocolate if you want. I am using semi-sweet, and this is 2 cups, or one of those standard packages here in the United States. I'm going to put that in there. And then once those are mixed in, I will put the rest of this flour in there. We will give the sides of the bowl a scrape one more time. And at this point, you can be done with the beaters, and we'll just kind of mix in any other flour that might be there. And there you go. The chocolate chip cookie dough is ready. Now, at this point, you can put this in the fridge for about 30 minutes. I usually don't have the patience to let it chill, but if you have a problem with your cookies spreading out way too much and getting super duper thin, then you might want to chill the dough first. It's also great if you want to just bake a little bit right now. You can put the rest of the dough in the fridge or even the freezer and have it later, bake it later if you want. Totally up to you. I'm not going to chill the dough at this time. And then I have a sheet pan lined with a silicone baking mat, or you can use parchment paper as well. I love silicone baking mats. If you make a lot of cookies, I recommend getting a silicone baking mat. It'll just make your cookies turn out that much better. I will put a link down below in the description where you can find some silicone baking mats for pretty cheap. And now we just want to form our cookies. And I'm just going to take a little bit of dough here and just kind of shape it into like a nice little ball shape like that, whatever size that you want. That's a little big, that's okay. You could also use like a little ice cream scoop to do this. I usually just use 2 spoons. If you make them too big, and you can make them as large as you want, you just want to put them as many on there, because then they'll just kind of bake all together, kind of run into each other. You want them about 1.5 to 2 inches apart. And this recipe will make about 24 to 30 cookies, depending on how large you make them. Okay, there we go. Now, time to bake these. If you want them more soft and more chewy, then do not bake them as long. If you want them more like crunchy, some people love a more crunchy cookie. If you do, you can bake them a little bit longer. I'm gonna bake these somewhere between 10 and 16 minutes until they're nice and lightly golden brown, not too brown. The browner they get, the more crispy they're gonna be. All right, into the oven they go, 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 176 Celsius, again for about 10 to 16 minutes. And when they come out of the oven, they will look something like this, lightly golden brown on like the tops and on the edges, and just let it sit on the pan for 2 to 3 minutes. And then we're going to just come in here and move these over to a wire rack, cookie rack, to cool the rest of the way. And I want to show you the bottom of one of these. Look at that. Look at that nice color, just lightly brown. It's not burnt at all. All right, the soft, chewy chocolate chip cookies are done and turned out fantastic. Really easy to do, simple ingredients. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm Matt Taylor. This has been another episode of In the Kitchen with Matt. Thank you for joining me. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or requests, put them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thumbs up, down the corner, push it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos. Take care. Time for me to dive into one of these. Oh yeah. I'm gonna grab this one right here. Yeah, again, look how nice it looks on the bottom. Mmm. Mmm. That's what it looks like on the inside. So good. Wow. Mmm.